You're now listening to the Something Good Podcast Network. Please press any key to continue.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Couch Brotatos, a new series called the Couch Brotatos on Tour. Once again, thanks to Chris. You have been like the naming giant for all of these shows. So yeah, this is just a free form, loose style episode where we're just rolling around, and half the time when we're in the car, we're just like, fuck it, this would have been a good episode. So yeah, today we're going to be just driving around, hitting up a couple different places, and yeah, fuck it. Let's kick it off. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this song came out in like 2014.
No, that came out like 2020, I think.
Oh, really?
It's not a old band.
It just sounded like that that borderline hipster boot stomp clap music.
Oh yeah, like what was the Lumineers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
almost that with like an Avett Brothers twinge.
I'll tell you something. I worked at that fucking restaurant I first worked at. They played that shit not fucking stop. And the Beatles.
I and love.
I don't.
And you.
I don't give a fuck for that band. I'm glad they're successful, but I don't.
They're Concord boys. Come on now, you got to show love for the locals.
Fuck them. I got plenty of locals I have love for, but not them. They're good at what they do. I'll give them that. Shit, they sell out, but it's not for me. Ain't get a dime from me. So here's the thing. They'd play that constantly, so I bought a fucking stereo for me and Ken in the kitchen. And we played that fucking Offspring album, Rise and Fall.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly. And blared that motherfucker loud.
That was actually the Offspring album that got me back into liking them, because I had did the torrent thing where I had downloaded like their entire discography, and of course I liked Smash and X&A and all the classics. But when Rise and Fall came out, I don't know, it hit that certain nerve that was just like, yes, this is like peak Offspring. It had everything you wanted in it.
What is it? So Hammerhead? That's such a good song.
But then every record after that has just been dog shit. And it disappoints me so much. Like, I really wanted to like the new record because
sounds like a Mexican album.
No, they did another new record after that. I really wanted to like that one because a drummer that I really, really think that's great, Brandon Presburn, he plays drums for those guys now. And I was just like fingers crossed, being like, fuck yes, hopefully he has like a little bit of influence and kind of gets them back on track. There's maybe 3 good songs on the record. The songs just sound so uninspired, and like, the vocalist had a really good tone. He has a really good range. And you can hear the auto-tune on the new record. And it's like, you don't need that. You don't need that. I also think the Offspring was the nucleus of every one of those, I hate my job, I hate my life, my town sucks, woe is me, little whiny punk rock bands. The reason why I think it's the nucleus? Self-esteem.
I think Puddle of Mud had the worst self-esteem song.
Yeah.
The fuck is She Fucking Hates Me. That is the lowest self-esteem song I've ever heard in my fucking life. She fucking hates. It's catchy as shit.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it's fucking like, pick your goddamn self up, bro. Fuck. Go to the gym. Smoke some brisket, do something.
I thought you were gonna say smoke some weed.
Smoke some coke, man. Fucking freebase that shit.
Do something.
Go back to that 70s way of doing coke, of smoking it. Yeah, you're going through ounces, not grams, but hey, you know what? You're living the life, bro.
Living on the edge.
Yeah. There was a drug dealer in California named Eddie Nash. He had a bar, a venue in LA, and it was called the Star Room. Or not, Star something. Van Halen started there. A lot of bands got famous through that bar,
right?
Through that place. And so you can imagine like early days Van Halen playing their music at this place. Well, here's the funny thing. The cops would drive by and there'd be people outside the front door lined up, and they would never think 2 shits about it. Well, here's the thing. Eddie Nash knew they wouldn't give a shit if they're at the front. So he sold drugs out the front door instead of the back. He sold fucking Quaaludes. He had a box
fucking Quaaludes, man.
He had a box full of Quaaludes, bags of Coke, sold out the front door. And so when cops drive by, they're like, "Oh man, there's a new band playing." Blah blah blah. They just drive by, not giving a shit. Meanwhile, the interest was in the back.
Fucking lewds, man.
Yeah, but like that's Eddie Nash also killed 5 heroin addicts in Wonderland. So,
on purpose?
Yes, because they fucking robbed him. Like it's just Eddie Nash was a violent criminal who sold fucking Coke. The reason I brought up freebasing Coke was he got caught with pounds of Coke and argued in court it was for personal use because he freebased cocaine. And he won. He fucking won. Like, it's insane. He literally would smoke cocaine, which you need ether to do, to freebase. Same way Richard Pryor caught on fire because he fucking spilt the ether on him and lit himself on fire. He would smoke cocaine, go to court, and to relax, he would go in the fucking car and take Quaaludes to even himself out.
That sounds like some fucking Wolf of Wall Street inspiration.
Yeah, like Eddie Nash was fucking insane. If you watch the movie Wonderland, it's the true story of John Holmes' Wonderland murders.
Interesting.
If you watch Boogie Nights, it's the exact same fucking movie because it's the fictional story of John Holmes.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg plays a guy named Dirk Diggler. Boogie Nights is probably one of those movies I shouldn't have watched as a child because it's about porn. It's about the porn industry. But the soundtrack is fucking amazing.
So how old were you when you saw it?
I was probably like 8.
Yeah, it might be a little young. That might be a little young there, bud.
My uncle was just like, "You've seen this movie?" I'm like, "I've seen it a shit ton of times."
I was raised in a video store, motherfucker. Of course I've seen it.
It's actually one of Burt Reynolds' last movies.
No shit.
He plays a porn director. But Alfred Molina, the guy that plays Doc Ock,
yeah,
he's in it. He plays the Eddie Nash character. Oh man, he's fantastic. He's all whacked out on coke, and Mark Wahlberg's in the fucking chair, in the couch.
Yeah.
And he's with Thomas Jane, the guy that played the Punisher. And they're sitting there, and they're going to rob him. That's what they're there for.
Right.
And Alfred Molina is just like whacked out on fucking coke, and he's just like, "Man, you know what I really love about cassette tapes? You can make your own fucking songs, man. You can play whatever the fuck you want, you know?" And he's got a mixtape, and he's playing Sister Kristen by fucking Night Ranger.
Yeah.
And he's just like, boom, 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 boom. He's like, "Here it comes, Motorhead." Meanwhile, there's like a skinny Filipino kid in his underwear walking around lighting firecrackers and throwing them in the living room. And like, it's a very surreal movie, and it's just like, oh fuck, we're either going to rob this guy or he's going to skin us alive. Like, it's not a good situation to be in. Anyway, they try to rob him. It goes terribly wrong, and because Boogie Nights is more fictional, they don't get their comeuppance.
Right.
In Wonderland, John Holmes helps these heroin addicts rob Eddie Nash, even though he didn't have to. And then Eddie Nash lived through the robbery, and told John Holmes, he's like, "You tell me where these fucking addicts live, I swear to fucking Christ, I'll kill you." And he did this in front of a people, like, because the heroin addicts robbed him. They stole all the coke. They stole some guns, jewelry, and stuff like that. A bunch of cash. And so when Eddie Nash threw his parties, he was without coke, which kind of miffed everybody at the party. So his live-in bodyguard, this guy named Gregory Dials, big giant black dude who knew karate. Fucking 70s, man. Everybody knew karate. Oh man. He forces John Holmes to take them to the fucking house where the heroin addicts live.
Yeah.
They were called the Wonderland Gang because they lived on Wonderland Avenue, which is only like a few miles from where the Manson murders happened. It's all in that fucking canyon, Laurel Canyon. Anyway, they break in, middle of the fucking night, force them at gunpoint, beat them all to death one by one. So fucking bad, the grooves on the pipe they used imprinted on the fucking skull.
Wow.
Yeah. And so John Holmes was there the whole time. And they force him to like either watch or commit the murder. No one really knows. And they basically leave John Holmes there in a bloody mess with a bunch of dead heroin addicts. One lived, but her fucking brain was so scrambled that she couldn't remember who did it. So
fuck.
And then the LA cops were just like, fuck, this is Eddie Nash, you know, and they got John Holmes, who's a fucking CI.
Yeah.
And he refuses to say that Eddie Nash had it done. So,
wow.
Yeah, the Wonderland murders, man. It's one of a great story.
Gonna have to look into that one. I have, for some reason, that one is completely like gone right past my knowledge.
One of the detectives on it. They called it the Malice in Wonderland. Stupid fucking name. And I'm just thinking, like, that is such a fucking cop thing to do, just to give it a stupid fucking name.
Well, that's kind of their MO.
Yeah.
It's like every time there's like some major thing, we've got to come up with some catchy.
Yeah.
At the time, I mean, this was even before.
It's like Alice, but it's Madness because they killed him. You know what I'm saying? Alice. It's like Alice in Wonderland, but dead heroin. That doesn't transfer at all. There's no Disney version of this motherfucker. Like,
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Give them time.
Yeah. But anyway, so they called it the 4 on the Floor murders in the newspapers. Anyway, they try to get Eddie Nash. It doesn't work because they have no evidence really, other than a bloody handprint of John Holmes. John Holmes, fun fact, was just a porn star with a big dick. Val Kilmer plays him so well. It's one of Val Kilmer's best movies. Is Wonderland. It's worth a watch. Anybody's watching this, just go watch it.
Yeah. I was gonna say I genuinely have not even. I think I've heard of Wonderland, but I genuinely don't think I've seen anything from it. So
you want to know what's fucking crazy? If I remember right, Carrie Fisher's in the movie. It's just a nun.
Oh, just that's like, what that's from. Yeah. Okay.
So she picks up John Holmes' girlfriend. Her name was Dawn. She was like 16.
Yeah.
Dawn gets a ride from this nun. And so back in the day, before you had like pagers and shit, you could use the phone, call the number and leave a message.
Yeah.
And then the other person would just call that same number and get their message.
Right.
And that's how messaging worked back then. She's like, hey, this holy roller picked me up. I'm at her house. This is where she lives. All right. Fucking John Holmes shows up. And this is the beginning of the movie. Val Kilmer shows up at this fucking nun's house to pick up his girlfriend. And they both go into this nun's bathroom, rip the mirror off the fucking wall and start doing blow off the mirror. And the nun's like, get the fuck out. You feel like, obviously.
Yeah.
And then T-Rex's 20th Century Boy starts blaring, and it's such a fucking great song.
Hell yeah.
Darting out the fucking house.
Fuck yes. Oh, someone stole your bit and made it a TikTok. I shared it on my Instagram story. Here's Bad Company with their new album, Bad Company, with the song Bad Company.
Oh, yeah. There's another band called, I think it's called Panther Man.
Panther Man.
Panther Man has a song called Panther Man.
Panther Man.
On their album, Panther Man. Which I think is hilarious.
I desperately have to know what this sounds like now.
Oh, I don't think it's as good as Randy, but
I still really want to do a deep dive on Randy to see like if they're still doing anything or not.
That'd be fascinating. But no, the fucking Wonderland Murders is one of the wildest fucking trips. If you go on YouTube, just look up Alfred Molina's Eddie Nash scene.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's unhinged. What's even more fascinating was like, so Eddie Nash had given those heroin addicts like some cocaine to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally didn't give a shit about them paying him back. He literally, because that's how much of a drug dealer he was. He just didn't give a shit. He like had some just.
He just knew he had enough of a client.
What I said of that is just like they were friends of John Holmes, and he didn't give a shit. So like he'd bring John Holmes to his house,
right?
And, like show him off to everybody. He's like, "Hey, look, this is John Holmes, the porn star," you know. And they're just like, "Holy shit!" And basically they made him like a big dick party trick. That's basically what it is.
Big dick party trick.
But that's what he was like.
That was my nickname in high school.
Like that's all he was.
Yeah.
Was a fucking like a sideshow freak. Anyway, he gives them this heroin.
Right.
And because heroin addicts are fucking idiots, they got paranoid as shit and were worried that, oh, he's gonna fucking come back and kill us.
Right.
And so they preemptively went to his house early in the morning and robbed him. They did a pretty good trick though. They came in, busted in, and pretended they were cops.
Right.
Like vice cops, because vice cops just look like everybody else.
Yeah.
And so that's how they robbed him. It wasn't. This is how Eddie Nash found out who the fuck these people were.
Damn.
So Gregory Dials, the bodyguard, right?
Yeah.
Is at a liquor store and sees John Holmes, and he's wearing one of Eddie Nash's fucking rings that were stolen. And so Gregory Dials snatches this dumb fuck up, and is just like brings him to his house, to Eddie Nash's house.
Yeah.
And like everybody's there. Like everybody that's friends with Eddie Nash are there. And they remember, they're like, hey, Eddie Nash pistol whipped the shit out of this porn star, and like was like going through his address book and shit.
Yeah.
Like point names. It's like, hey, is this your mom's house? Fucking dead. Is this your sister's house? Fucking dead. And then everybody's like freaking the fuck out. And John Holmes is like, I know the pieces of shit that stole your shit. And it's just like, good. Let's go there. And
Are we gonna fuck some shit up, or are we gonna fuck some shit up?
and this is the fucking end of the story for them.
Well, we're about to head into what, video game alley?
Yeah, Game Alley.
Game alley. So we're about to head
Gamers
on
Alley.
Gamers alley. So we're about to head on into there. You're gonna see some B-roll that I shot, and we'll be back when we get back in the car.
Word.
And we're back. I fucking love that place.
Yes.
But Chris picked up a couple little things. What'd you get?
Got me a Tom.
Yes, a Toonami Tom. Fucking love
Look at
that.
the glare.
Look at the glare. Love the glare.
Son of bitches.
Nah, I could superimpose in what it actually looked like.
A Lord Zed. Because
Yes.
kids needed a
Now-
skinless man.
Now,
Yeah, villain.
what was his arc? Like, who is Zed? Who is Lord
Zed
Zed?
is the Generation 1 Power Rangers villain.
Okay.
He was Rita Repulsa's husband,
Mhm.
kinda. Live-in boyfriend, whatever it is. They lived on
We're
the
not
moon.
here to judge.
They lived on the moon. He has no skin. He has
Okay.
a skeleton made of metal.
I see that.
And blood would tube into his brain.
All right, and I'm guessing that's what those tubes are for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And he had a grating voice.
Mhm.
And the fact that, yeah, he just looks like that.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking metal.
That was a 90s kids villain.
Fuck yeah.
Shredder didn't have shit on this motherfucker.
Fuck it.
And the one and only Evil Dead.
This one I nerded out on. This is badass. This was a good pull, man.
This is added to my collection. If you're on the Discord, you can see my collection.
Oh yeah, and the head sculpt on that thing. Whoo yeah, that thing is gorgeous.
Fantastic.
No, that I'm not even like the biggest Evil Dead fan, and even that made me go, oh yeah, that's great.
Oh, yeah. Looked fantastic.
And then I just got endorphin rushes looking at all the retro video game stuff. But hey, the more people follow this channel and subscribe, the sooner I can start getting passive income and then show you guys the things I buy. Hey!
About 9 minutes down the road.
Where to now?
Back in Time Collectibles. I think we've been here. I can't remember.
That one actually does not ring a bell, but fuck it, let's go. Couch Brotatos on tour. Yeah, I'm actually really glad I wound up getting that small little emulator system because it's definitely made me realize exactly what do I want when I'm buying some of this stuff, because I thought I wanted to start collecting all the Spider-Man games. I downloaded all the Spider-Man games and I started to play them and I went, oh, no. There's certain Spider-Man games I want.
Yeah, they're not great.
No, their history with games is a little patchy, to say the least. Same thing with the Star Wars games. I was rip roaring ready to go to get, like, because you can get Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi on Game Boy, Super Nintendo, and the NES.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh yeah, I'm ready to start getting all those. I started with Super Star Wars because I was able to find it for a pretty good price.
Yeah.
Tried playing it for about 5 minutes and went, oh, this is one of those fuck you games.
The original trilogy, Super Star Wars for Nintendo, I gave those to Brad.
Yeah. Plus we got to add to his little gaming collection to fill out that backroom arcade some.
It was funny. I gave it to him. He's like, I don't have a Super Nintendo. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we'll definitely need to do a return episode, Crazy Cool. I thought it was always weird to know that Mastodon was actually an Atlanta band.
And the fact that Aqua Teen had them do their opener is hilarious.
Right?
It doesn't even sound like this. It sounds like a fucking King Diamond song.
It does.
Linoleum knife.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force played a really weird role in like establishing what my humor was growing up.
I think that introduces a lot of kids to like casual rap too.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Oh shit, the 7-Eleven. Give me back my bullets.
Fun fact, Leonard Skinner hated doing this song.
Really? We are back from what? Back in the day collectibles? Is that what is it?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, either way, we got some B-roll in there as well. And Chris wound up finding a cool little nerdy piece of history. Senator Palpatine. What made you want to get this one, Chris?
I'm only collecting the villains.
Oh, okay. So you have no interest in getting like the rest of the series. You just want the villains of the Star Wars universe.
Gotta have the villains.
All right. I feel that. And Chris so graciously got me one of these, and the main reason why I even won in the first place is Burger King.
He bitched and fucking moaned.
I cried, and I was like, Chris, please, would you get this for me? I'm so broke.
Go to the play place at the McDonald's.
No, just feeling all sorry and bad for myself. No, I remember that Burger King had one of the many Pokemon promotions is that they gave out these balls, and inside of them you had different plushes. However, we don't have a plush with this one, but we do have a super bootleg Charmander that actually kind of made it worthwhile. Like this alone, I might have picked up for like $1 or $2. So yeah, $5 for these two. Not too mad about that. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Where to now, good sir?
Needless toys and collectibles.
Ooh, yeah. Needless. I feel like, wasn't that the place that was just like literally wall to wall, like
Toys.
card back toys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I bought the Gundam.
Something I noticed in this place that I also noticed kind of everywhere else, and I'm gonna be looking for it specifically at Needless. It is very hard to find Macho Man memorabilia.
Yeah.
So far, the only Macho Man I've seen anywhere was at Red Genesis.
Yes.
Red Genesis had one of the like the beat 'em up versions. But yeah, that's the only place I've seen any Macho Man anything. I mean, I know he got himself semi-canceled, but I didn't think it was this bad.
Tobey Maguire killed him.
It's time for a little playtime. Yeah.
I got you for 3 minutes.
That's a nice jumpsuit. Did your husband make it for you?
Oh man, that
He's the one that should have been canceled.
don't be making fun of my gender identity. Yeah.
It takes a strong man to wear what I wear. Oh man, there's a clip of Stone Cold going around right now that I just love. He's doing crowd work. He
Yeah.
walks up to this one guy and he's just like,
What do you do for a living, David?
Drive a truck.
You drive a truck, do you? If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a sorry-ass truck driver. Just today, I was on my way out here to this here building, and a truck driver must have been driving too long without no sleep, drinking too much beer, and a sumbitch ran me off the road. I got a good mind to grab you by that there shirt, pull you over my barricade here, and beat the living snot out of you.
and then his wife's next to him, like laughing and everything. He's,
Right here in front of you. You think that's funny? What's your name, ma'am? Oh, Stacy, what do you do for a living, Stacy?
I work for a Christian publishing company.
If there's one thing I can't stand,
And then he couldn't hold it together anymore and just fucking... Sinclair. Oh, that's an old sign.
Yeah.
Grab a photo of that so people know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I've not seen a Sinclair sign in a minute.
There's one there's one right near old Mikey Black's house.
No shit. Something else we'll have to have some photo commentary on.
Looks like the LA River.
Yeah, it's like, fuck those trains, man. Like, if it floods...
Yeah, this ain't fucking Los Angeles.
Yeah, but like, fuck that train apparently. Like, you get everything. You get all the runoff. You don't get a good time.
That's what Gaston County and Salisbury used to be, man. Just train depots.
Yeah.
Shit ton of train depots.
What do you think the on-tour shirt should look like?
Now we do like Guns N' Roses was here.
Yeah. No.
Just Princess Peach with her fucking legs open.
Oh, God.
Get David to drive that fucking make that.
I think David would stop talking to us if I was like, hey, man, I got an idea. I can do the rest, but I need you to draw me an illustration of Princess Peach.
Who just got ran through in an alley.
Legs wide the fuck open. You can see all of the Mushroom Kingdom, man. Like,
or it could be Daisy. I don't really give a shit. Like,
Daisy's for the streets.
Daisy's for the street. That's Luigi's bitch right there.
Right?
Don't fuck with Luigi's bitch. Start changing the fucking logo to "It's a Me, motherfucker."
It's funny how, like, this song, Love's Long Road by Tom Petty, is going to be forever associated with GTA now. All because of that trailer.
Yeah. Well, it's like San Andreas, Welcome to the Jungle. That fucking song came out.
As I will never be able to hear this song again without thinking of GTA 6.
And it kind of gives, I think it gives the game away, like, story-wise.
You think so?
Yeah. You're going to have to kill your goddamn partner at the end. I know you know you're going to have to. That's all the song's about, love and loss. Like, you're playing as a woman in the game, or a man. Either way, someone's getting fucking clipped.
Yeah, but it's also the story of Florida.
Yeah. But like,
no, I get what you're saying.
well, that's one thing I like about the new GTA is going back to Vice City.
Yeah.
Five is San Andreas still.
Got it.
It's California.
Yeah.
I like how it goes from Miami to New York to Los Angeles. Because Liberty City is technically New York.
GTA, the Carolinas.
Oh, Charlotte? Fuck, Jesus.
Actually, GTA Atlanta. That's what we need.
You gotta think of a name for it, though. Can't be GTA Atlanta. It's gotta be GTA something.
GTA Hotlands.
Hotlanta?
No, just Hotlands. Because they couldn't call it Atlanta, so they'd have to call it Hotland.
One of the games, GTA 4, doesn't get a lot of attention, but it was a very good game. It had DLC with it. It had one called The Ballad of Gay Tony. And,
Yes!
and then you had Lost in the Dam, which is basically like a motorcycle club.
Yeah, there was a YouTuber I watched a lot of the time, Uber Hexer Nova. He just goes by Nova now because everyone dropped their cool gamer names. But he did a big like role play playthrough of it, and yeah, it was absolutely hilarious and a good story at the same time. I still want to play like the original top-down GTA.
Oh, 1 and 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough because this new GTA might actually make me want to get one of the more current gen consoles so I can play, because you know it is not going to be on the Switch 2. Nintendo is not going to touch GTA.
I don't think it'd be able to handle the graphics either.
I don't know. From everything that I saw with the Switch 2, like the internal graphics, its speed and everything is going to be equivalent to a modern day Steam Deck, and a modern day Steam Deck could run GTA.
Yeah.
So I would be at least hopeful on it. And as I said on my Death to Physical Gaming video, go watch it now if you haven't seen it already. I I am one of those fanboys, like the Apple fanboys that goes, it's not the numbers on the paper, it's how you optimize it. Oh. So I don't know. I feel like Nintendo throughout the years have been wizards with being able to optimize their old generation hardware and make it seem viable at a new standard. So who knows? They might be able to do some Nintendo wizardry to make it happen.
Have they said whether or not the DS attached thing's going to be out with it?
I haven't seen anything on that. I think that was just primarily a fan speculation thing, but they would be dumb as could be as to not try to offer that.
Well, I know it's got a headphone jack and 2 USB-Cs on each side. So.
Yes, and as soon as I saw the 2 USB-C thing, I was like, oh, we've got the option to attach a screen on top and have a portable DS system again. Oh, fuck. But no, we've not seen it yet.
Watch, they'll be like, you can use your phone.
Okay, actually, that would be pretty sick.
Maybe a fucking piece of plastic that you mount on it. You just...
I mean, that actually would be kind of cool, though. It would be consumer friendly. Just download the Nintendo app.
Yeah.
And then it can stream it to your phone. And like you said, just get like a little $10 attachment for your Switch 2. Man, you might have hit on something there. That might be probably the most consumer-friendly and smart way of doing it. Now, if Nintendo's going to do that or not, it's a different story, but damn, that is you got my brain working on that one, man. That's a good one.
No, you're lucky to be fucking... You can only use this 16 Pro or Samsung 25.
Yeah, it has to be like the absolute newest phone.
Yeah, you can't be backwards compatible.
Nope. And if you got a foldable, you're fucked. I am going to make it a mission, though, to find myself a Macho Man figure at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want, like, a super articulated one, either. Like, I kind of want a goofy-looking one. Like, one that's, like, not posable and just kind of stuck in a position. Yeah. You know, a tiny head, big-bodied one. Just some goofy Macho Man.
Got, like, a Stretch Armstrong version.
Yeah.
Oh, some classic rap. Not the classic rap.
The classic... So, I still can't get over the fact that one of your friends actually said that to you.
I wanted to punch you so goddamn hard. This is what we be blasting the fucking Apaches above Iraq back in 2008, motherfuckers. This 20-year-old Air Force guy just blasting this, flying a Predator drone.
Turned up a little bit. I was just like, I'm telling Christy, I'm like, how can you listen to this and think the Beatles are good? And she's just like, it's not the same thing. To get 4-part harmony shoved up your ass.
Hey, I like the 4-part harmonies.
That's fine. But it ain't this, is it?
It is not. It is not. But you can't shit on the 4-part harmonies now.
I can't. Can't do coke to 4-part harmony.
Oh, you so can.
Not have a good time. I ain't cranking the Beach Boys while doing some fucking crack, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, it's just... Let's go surfing now, everybody surfing now, let's go surfing, come on everybody, let's...
I could so see that.
Beach Boys, the horror movie, yeah, I can see that.
I'm picking up the good vibrations.
This is the perfect, like, mob movie song.
Yeah.
There's a really good documentary called Muscle Shoals.
Okay.
It's about the Rolling Stones recording their first American album in Alabama. Of all places, like,
I know, right?
Leonard Skinner recorded there, Aretha Franklin recorded there.
So it had a name behind it. So
but it's not just that; it's the sound. Apparently, it's just this weird Southern sound. And they recorded Wild Horses there. Wild Horses, it's a great song about heroin. It's a sad fucking song. Goddamn, it's good. Oh, Keith getting gacked out the fucking bathroom.
As a Keith does at the time.
Yeah. Oh shit, a wild Keith appeared.
Hide the cocaine.
That's the country music. By an artist who's not popular. This is Sierra Farrell.
Okay.
She's in a horror movie I saw once. A terrible horror movie called like Pigman or some shit. And she gets killed in it.
Damn. So,
can you imagine?
Not a screen queen.
No, but can you imagine like before Dolly Parton was Dolly Parton? It was just like, yeah, she was like one of the Halloween movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That'd be pretty fucking metal.
that'd be hilarious though, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now I kind of want to see Dolly Parton in a horror movie. That'd be pretty sick.
She's in a movie about a whorehouse. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I do remember that because that's where you almost get to see her nude.
Best Little Whorehouse.
Yeah.
That's based on a true story about a town in Tennessee where the cops were in on a whorehouse. They were in on her.
Interesting.
And didn't do anything about it. And this journalist goes to the town and decides to stop the corruption, which all he did was just put people out of a fucking job. Those fucking hicks in Tennessee had it running right, and you had to go fucking do something about it, didn't you? Piece of shit. But no, that was the synopsis of fucking the true story behind Best Little Whorehouse, Texas. So you think with the Switch being as powerful it's going to be, the Switch 2, you think it's going to overheat?
Well, so the system itself, when it's not docked, I think is going to like downgrade itself, but the new dock has a fan built in. So I'm thinking that it's going to recognize when it's docked, and it's actually going to push out a little bit more power. So potentially not, hopefully not.
Turn right onto West Iredell Avenue.
Well, shit, where are we heading next?
Going old crazy cool, brother.
Oh shit, we're gonna see Brad at Crazy Cool. Speaking of, we actually just got back from Needless Collectibles, and you wound up grabbing a couple things. You found your Watto.
Hey, you the Watto. Hey.
At the light.
I'm a caricature of a certain kind of people that George Lucas doesn't fucking like, apparently. I can't say that. Return of the Jedi was independently filmed. Sponsored, funded by Israel.
And then you also found, what, an Inferno?
Scream Inferno.
Yeah, a Scream Inferno. So something that was never in the movies, but it is a ghost face with like 4 or 3 different masks.
4 masks.
4 masks.
A silver, a platinum silver.
Yeah.
A double mask, a worn out mask, and the original Ghostface mask.
And a flamethrower.
Yes. I hope that's in the next movie. Just make the death scenes a little bit more campy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of the newer horror movies have some of the best campy killings I've ever seen in movies. They're fantastic. One is called Companion. Companion is fucking hilarious.
I think I've heard of that.
That's the guy. It's got Huey from
The Boys.
Yep, he's in it, and he's the bad guy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, he gets takes the girlfriend on a retreat, and a bunch of people get murdered.
Which, speaking of, we should be getting some info for a new season of The Boys here soon, shouldn't we?
Yep, and another thing they announced is they will be doing an all animation Invincible versus Homelander
I figured that was gonna come.
crossover, because fuck it, that's why.
Why the fuck not?
That'd be good.
It will be.
Oh, that'd be fucking.
I'll actually watch that because I've yet to watch any of the Invincible stuff. One of my coworkers was even going on about it. He's like, dude, if you love The Boys, you'd love that. I just need to sit down and actually watch it.
It's good. The writing's perfect. J.K. Simmons, that's one of the voices.
And J.K. Simmons is just
The best.
absolutely.
All he needs is pictures of Spider-Man. I will say one great creative thing they did with J. Jonah Jameson was not give him a full Hitler stash.
They just gave him a full 70s porno stash.
Hell yeah.
We can rock with that.
He's about that life.
You think JJJ lays it down?
Yeah. It's like asking if Batman eats pussy.
I mean, that's canonically correct at this point.
Yeah. You see that video of that one kid walking up behind his mom? He like pulls the fucking mask down and like drags her by the head and drags her to the ground. And he pulls that mask up. He's like, I'm Batman.
No!
Oh, he's like, I'm the Knight. It's like justice and shit.
The fuck?
It's like a little kid, like a 3-year-old or 4-year-old. He's like, I'm Batman. This is justice. Like, what the fuck?
I remember the original Bat Dad, not the guy that is now Goose Wayne, the guy that does like, you know, the silly stuff, but like the original one that just wore like the mask and was like, I'm Bat Dad.
Oh yeah, he's still going. So you're talking about the other guy. You're talking about Pete Holmes, right?
No, the other guy, he wound up being on Dr. Phil, but come to find out he used Dr. Phil to like gain more notoriety for like his cringe content.
Oh, yeah, like everybody else does.
Yeah. So, but he was kind of calling himself a Bat Dad at that point. He was kind of trying to use that moniker.
All right, let's see what they got in here.
Well, let's go see Brad. Well, hell yeah. We just finished seeing Brad over at Crazy Cool. And shit, you found yourselves a lot of fucking toys over at Brad's.
Star Wars toys, beef jerky, and Limp Bizkit, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
What a time. What a time, man. Bringing nostalgia back. It's all the way in the back.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say, I was trying to pull it up, but yeah, Brad had $5 Star Wars
Get the fuck out the
toys.
car, go get it.
All right, fine.
Get out the car.
Get
Come on.
out the car, all right.
Step and fetch.
All right.
You're the guest. This ain't Uber, motherfucker. Don't hit the beef jerky, guy.
There you go. Make me step and fetch like this. Like an errand boy.
Aaron boy. Be like Santa's little helper and bring me my toys.
Holy shit, we got a bag of goodies here.
$5.
That's badass.
$5.
That one's sick.
$5. And what we got here? $5.
$5.
The first order troopers or draft dodgers. A blue milk drunk ass Luke. Look at me.
All the villains.
Look at me. I bitch about Disney, but I take their money. Look at me. I make critiques about something I have no fucking clue about for children. I am a drunk. Look at me. And the actual stormtroopers that are worth a fuck. Ewok dropping, Jedi killing.
Real motherfuckers. So yeah, great haul at Crazy Cool Collectibles as always.
As always. $5.
Oh yeah, and then two others that we got here.
So since we can't find Macho Man anywhere,
Yeah, exactly.
we were able to find the one and only Ultimate War. I got you! Yeah!
But then out from the distance, oh yeah! We were able to find a Macho Man.
Oh yeah. Look at that. In the wild too.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking kick ass. Now we have someone to be our puppet for all the Macho Man stuff you've been doing. Definitely curious to see what'll be what he's got going for May the 5th this year, or May the 4th rather.
Oh yeah. Star Wars.
The Star Wars Day. You were telling me about this Beast Wars figure that you saw over at because one of the other places we went, the place that you were just like, fuck it, don't remember the name. They had a Beast Wars figure that you were talking about. Now, what was the whole deal with Beast Wars?
So in the beginning you had the Transformers.
Right.
Robots in the skies, blah blah blah. The tale of Beast Wars is Transformers in like a time loop type situation.
Yeah.
Go land on Earth before people. So it's just dinosaurs and animals and shit.
Okay.
So there's no cars for them to morph into, just animals. So you had the Autobots, which, you know, were just like regular animals. And then you had the Decepticons, who turned into like insects or dinosaurs or just predators, basically. And so like Optimus Prime was Optimus Primal. You know, stuff like that. He was a gorilla.
Okay.
You had their medic, who was Rhinoc. You had basically their version of Bumblebee was a cheetah. So like those were always cool. And then like Megatron was a giant T-Rex. There was a couple characters that were a rat, a spider. You know, just one was like a lobster kind of. Or no, one was an actual scorpion.
Okay.
One was an actual scorpion. Scorponok.
That was the school.
Okay, got it.
So as the series progressed, it progressed the same time as the Amazing Spider-Man show on Fox.
Oh.
So it was the same lineup.
Got it.
And so around the time that Spider-Man goes to space in the Amazing Spider-Man series was the same time the Beast Wars ended up leaving Earth and going back to Cybertron. So that was back when like CGI was really heavy in cartoons.
Yeah.
For the beginning. So yeah, so there was just really cool dynamics. I used to have it all on DVD for like $40. But
see, I always remember the toys. I never remembered the series.
it was all CGI. It was all computer generated, like Toy Story. But it didn't look as good. But like it was for what it was. Late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So,
see, the only early or late '90s, early 2000s CGI show I really remember was the that ill-fated Donkey Kong show.
yeah. So it was around that same time.
Okay.
But you had other ones. There was a show called Reboot.
I remember Reboot.
So that was all CGI. Transformers, super big when I was in like 4th grade, 5th grade.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then you had the Maximals, which were, if I remember right, the Maximals were like a hybrid creature. So like one was a wolf with wings. The other one was the scorpion with a cobra for a tail.
Yeah.
And so you had all these variants. And then you had like the Insecticons. They were all insects. And they had one toy which I had when I was younger. It was 5 of them put together to make one big one. They had that there back in time store. So
Because one you were showing me was like that cool scorpion looking like a lobster looking thing.
Yeah. So that was Scorponok. And there was a variant one where it was a scorpion with a cobra tail.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking.
Its tail was a cobra.
It really looked like a lobster.
Yeah, it does looks like a big fucking lobster. But nah, that was back in the day when people were really trying some shit on ideas.
Yeah.
Just throwing everything at the board to make a toy.
Well, that's when they would make a cartoon series to promote a toy.
Yeah. G.I. Joe is fantastic.
G.I. Joe!
And it's just like, yeah, we spent $4 billion to build this tank. What are we going to do? We're going to do it one episode. That's it. And then after we're done, we're going to talk about why you should check your smoke detectors and not do drugs.
Pork chop sandwiches!
Pork chop sandwiches, yeah.
Oh shit, get the fuck out! Oh my god, what the fuck? Holy shit!
That was one thing I never got into was G.I. Joes.
Nah, me neither.
They were cool toys. Needless had all of them just about.
Yeah.
Had a lifetime supply of them fucking things.
I'm just surprised Needless, with their wide selection of wrestling toys, still didn't have any Macho Men other than that 3-pack set. It's like, I know that there's like a huge like Macho Man fan base out there, the Macho-verse.
Yeah.
So I know that's out there, but I wouldn't have thought that they had like snagged up all that shit that fast.
Still miffed about not being able to buy that Slim Jim Macho Man.
I know.
Fucking bullshit.
No, that's not for sale.
Oh. What about for thieving? Is it for thieving?
What if you just turned your back real quick? My buddy here has got a coat on.
Not even that. What if you turn around? Problem solved. No, we've had a pretty good run today. It's
Oh, yeah.
like always.
Yeah, and one of the things that's definitely kind of sparking me, and it's something that you mentioned at Gamers Alley, is just I definitely want to keep working on that Super Nintendo and NES collection, but I just really need to kind of figure out what of the inexpensive games I want to get, because I'm not at the spot yet where I just want to grab for the sake of grabbing. I want to grab for the sake of like, I still want to play it and use it. And like, unfortunately, a lot of their like really inexpensive games are also like, yeah, no one wants to play this anyway. Brad had one of the WWF games on the NES, and I was trying to get it to work, but it was not working at all. It needed a good cleaning.
Yeah.
So I was able to like pull it out, and I was like looking at the pins, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you need some TLC. That's what I ought to do. I offered to next time we're over at Brad's, try to show up there a little early, get up with him beforehand, be like, hey man, do you want me to like bring my stuff and like clean your systems? Because I've got like the special screwdrivers to get into the cartridges and like really clean it up and shit. Where you were growing up, was there any areas that had like arcades, even if it was just like a couple machines and like a pinball machine or something?
It was more of like a laundromat kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of laundromats. I forget which one it was. I think it was Street Fighter Alpha 1.
Really?
Was the big one that was around then. Played a lot of that, played a lot of pinball, stuff like that.
Yeah, see, the arcade... Ew! Sorry, there was a Cybertruck. And of course, it's a bald dude.
There's no swastikas on it.
It might have been infrared or like the UV reflective type thing.
Nighttime hate.
Yes. Well, that way only the cop lights can see it.
Yeah.
Be like, yes, one of us. But no, the arcade and stuff always seemed like such a mythical thing to me.
They're just most popular because of video game systems. Like by the time PlayStation 1 came out, a lot of that shit just went out the window. We had one in our mall when I was very young, back when you could smoke in there.
The mall I had access to in Spartanburg, South Carolina, I want to say they had an arcade there, but like I also wasn't allowed to like go there a lot because it was just like, no, we're not spending money on that bullshit type deal. Anytime I envisioned an arcade as a kid, the only point of reference I had outside of movies was Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Because the beach always had arcades, and Mom was just always like, oh yeah, of course we're going to play arcade games at the beach. For some reason that was different when, we were walking around and, she's trying to go into Victoria's Secret. And I'm like, I won't go play Galaga. She's like, no, you're not going in there wasting money. Play your Game Boy. It's not the same.
Yeah. Myrtle Beach had the boardwalk and all that. So you guys.
Yes. And man, I was so disappointed. Last time I went to Myrtle Beach, I went to the arcades and stuff over there, and they fully transitioned to the card-based system. They don't use tokens and stuff anymore.
Yeah. I've been to a few arcade bars not long ago.
Yeah.
Last year. Went to a couple arcade bars that were actually arcades where you put quarters in.
Yeah.
So those places are still going strong.
Yeah, and like we have a local one, Abari, Super Abari, but and they've got a token-based system, but I mean it's 4 tokens for 4 quarters, so I mean it's an even exchange. I've spent more time in arcades as an adult than I ever did as a teen or a child.
Oh yeah, well it just didn't exist. Like it's unless you guys went to a laundromat or something like that, like you're not really playing games out and about.
Well, I didn't even really consciously remember, like, because, I grew up in Gaffney, South Carolina. I don't even remember places like laundromats and gas stations and stuff having arcade machines. Like, that still just wasn't something I really saw. I maybe saw, like, the stray pinball machine. But that was at, like, the feed and seed shop, and the old men were playing it and things like that.
The only arcade I could think of that you get to very quickly as like a common thing was like the one at CC's Pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut stuff, like they would have like 1 or 2 machines.
I always forgot about CC's, but it didn't even feel like CC's had like actual games there. It felt like they had like the what is the mobile games of back then, the iOS Android games of the 90s.
Yeah. Well, the Pizza Hut we had in my town, the one you could eat in, had a tabletop Namco.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was like a 2-player game.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, actually, so correction. There is one memory I had, and I wasn't allowed to play it, but at our Pizza Hut, we had a Mortal Kombat machine.
Yeah.
And I distinctly just remember that dragon logo, the black and red color scheme and everything. Mom, I want to play that. No, you're not playing that. I was not having that at all.
You go back in time with a fucking Xbox with some AV cables and show them what Mortal Kombat looks like now.
Right? Oh God. Okay, yeah. You can play that.
Yeah.
You can play that. That's fine.
So this guy, his finisher was turn your spine into a fiddle, like a fiddle.
Hey, Mom, I'll play this one later. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't kill anybody. I didn't turn out to be a mass murdering asshole.
Yeah.
An asshole maybe, but not a mass murdering asshole.
God damn it, woman, if you let him play that Kiss pinball all goddamn day, he's going to become a knight in Satan's service.
That boy ain't right playing that Kiss pinball all the time.
Negative. Laws are threats, folks.
We don't take too kindly to threats over here.
Rules for thee, but not for me. Did I catch you having a good time eating beef jerky and listening to Limp Bizkit and buying toys? You piece of shit.
That was such a surreal moment at Brad's. Just fucking Limp Bizkit on the TV. The beef jerky guy that Brad's good friends with, he came in with a couple samples of some new flavors. It's like we're munching on that, and Chris is like buying this fucking plush wrestling figures and the fucking Star Wars figures, and it's just like, what a moment.
Yeah.
What a moment to be alive.
Living in the moment, man.
Soak it in. This is America, damn it.
Wu-Tang.
Well, so I'm really curious to see how they pull off Celestial / the Void, or well, really just the Void character in Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah, Sentry, yeah.
Sentry, not Celestial.
Oh, you have Sentry, and you have the evil Sentry who does terrible shit like he does in that. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to go.
Especially because they keep seeming to depict him like a living shadow.
Yeah, that's what the Sentry turns into. Like,
yeah.
When he's just like evil.
And like from a visual side, dumbasses. Wait, this might be a really exciting episode of the Couch Brotatos on tour.
Yeah.
It depending on the way this traffic goes.
Yeah. Now I did notice that they haven't really been promoting Taskmaster much.
No.
For in the Thunderbolts, which is weird.
Heavy theory is that he dies, or they die early.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm glad they brought that character in.
Yeah, but another example of wasted potential. Same thing with Crossbones. You pointed that out earlier when saw this badass Crossbones figure over at one of the shops.
See, that would have been great if they were to do a Punisher series, bring him in to go against the Punisher.
Yes. Well, we are getting the Punisher special presentation.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Mini movie.
Yeah.
Same thing like what we got the Werewolf by Night.
See, that's another person you could bring in.
Yep.
The werewolf guy, or that chick.
Well, see, what I'm really hoping for in either Doomsday or Secret Wars is that we finally get to see Moon Knight again. Yeah. Everyone forgets how actually really good that series was.
Nah, if I was the showrunner for fucking Daredevil, I would just make everybody just super uncomfortable with like the last scene. It'd be like Daredevil and Fisk are about to fight, blah blah blah. And it's just like this is like silhouette or like a silhouette kind of low lighting kind of situation. You know, they're in like a burning building or something. You know, something to make the scene, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. It's Groot, and then end it.
Why Groot?
Because he's so innocuous. Just Groot, a giant tree man. Hey. And then, and just leave it so, and just like, just if I was a showrunner, I would just like,
Groot will return.
Groot will return in Daredevil season 2. A lot.
Immediately, like the day after the
guys
season finale, they announced season 2's title as Daredevil and Groot.
But like, can you imagine how uncomfortable that would be? Because like with the vibe of the show, as like this realistic man who is fighting crime, kind of like Batman.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a CGI tree is just,
I am Groot.
Yeah, just hanging out. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like how uncomfortable that would be for everybody.
God.
And how much it would take you out of the show.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would wait for the people like New Rockstar to start doing videos.
Yeah.
And I'd just troll the shit out of them.
How would you troll them?
I would release different episodes at different time zones.
Oh.
If you're West Coast, you don't see Groot, you see Rocket or something.
Oh, God.
Or Miss Marvel.
Region-specific episodes.
Like Clue.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Like Clue.
Oh, that would be a head fuck.
Yeah.
That would suck.
And they could do it with ISPs and shit like that,
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, man, can you believe Groot showed up? And it's just like, what? No, Rocket showed up. No, Miss Marvel showed up. No.
She-Hulk showed up.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh God! Imagine if she did show up and it was like one of those.
But it was just her human self.
You showed up in my show, or you came into my show.
But I would love for her, like human self, just to show up and see him with that girl and been like,
yes,
who's this whore?
Who the fuck is this?
And then, boom,
She-Hulk will return.
Fun fact: Dick Wolf actually did a Law and Order episode recently that mirrors old Luigi,
No shit.
and it ended on a cliffhanger.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
We, the defendant, find such and such, and then it went black and said Dick Wolf. The most infuriating goddamn thing Law and Order ever does when it can't make up its mind.
So there's not going to be like a part 2 to the episode or
No,
anything?
they don't make part 2 episodes.
Well, I don't know. I don't watch any of this.
Love me some Law and Order. Back in the day, some SVU.
See, I remember all the commercials for it. I never watched it. Same thing with like X-Files or any of that.
Well, here's the thing. There was a time where SVU, there were some serious things that happened, and the guest star always did it. But like, there were these weird like funny moments because of like Ice-T and Richard Belzer, a known comedian and comedic writer, were on the show, and they would say these little quips or something like, and they'd be so off-putting and just drag you out of the show for a second. It's just like this Ice-T finding out about like sex addiction for the first time. Yeah, what do you mean? Someone could be addicted to having sex and fetishes? It's like, yes,
What?
Ice-T. Yes. There was this like when he finds like some new drug is out, and he's like, you mean this stuff called Giggle Pig, blah, blah, blah? It's like doing this, and this. He's like, yes, Ice-T. Yeah. And it's like, that takes you so far out of it that you forget you're watching a show about a rapist. Multiple rapists. Dum dum.
Dun, dun. See, did you like that better or like CSI?
I hated CSI. I fucking hate every variant of it. I fucking hate.
Okay, what's the major difference though? Because to me, those seem the same
Law and Order.
outside of like the general premise of the show, but like the bones of the show feel the same.
So the bones are the same. It's a crime show.
Yeah.
It's propaganda.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Just on a different
Yeah.
packaging.
So you have the detectives, and then you have the prosecutor part, right?
Right.
All right. And it's very down to earth, and it's based on real life, like crimes. Okay. A lot of the stuff Dick Wolf writes is based off real life crimes. CSI makes it seem like the guys who swap fingerprints are like super fucking human at their job, and they're not. A lot of that shit fails constantly. Like, oh, we got DNA off the body. Yeah, it's a partial DNA. Like, you're gonna get partial fucking prints, but somehow this computer from 2002 was able to get the same imagery as this fucking Samsung phone.
True.
And it's just like, that's what I had a problem with. It's just like, you're crime scene investigators. You are not cops.
Yeah.
Okay? Stop pretending like you're the ones putting guns in the mouths of fucking suspects and getting a fucking confession when you're just like, I swabbed a fingerprint, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, it was so fucking dumb.
I mean, the best intro though.
It was okay. I get it. It's the Who.
I mean, when you got the Who.
Yeah, but like the Who already exists. So like I was saying, but like Law and Order, it's a one of a kind. Dum dum.
Now, do you remember Millennium?
Millennium.
That was on Fox.
I don't remember Millennium.
It was around the same time X-Files and everything else was. So like that 98 to 2000 era. It was just another one of those
Was it like a
crime
sci-fi
shows.
sci-fi cop show, or what was it?
More dramatized cop murder show than sci-fi show, where how X-Files got nitty-gritty with the drama sci-fi. This one got nitty-gritty with like local killers and stuff like that
okay.
while they're trying to solve it. Now, I was thinking about it because the Halloween 99 episode, they were trying to figure out a local mass murderer, and they were killing off people at a Kiss concert. And they had Kiss up there performing like Psycho Circus and stuff like that. Well, because it was for that record too.
Yeah.
And
such a good record.
but you
So good. Fuck Love Gun, fuck Destroyer. It ain't got shit on Psycho Circus.
never do that again. but the funny part on it was each member also had cameos throughout the episode without makeup on.
God damn it. That would throw me off so fucking much.
So Ace and Peter were like some security guards. Gene was like some random businessman they were having an interview. And I think Paul was part of...
What was Gene's business? Curiosity. If he was a businessman, what was his business?
I don't remember.
Because Gene has a specific look. And like, I can only imagine him with his fucking hair and a ponytail. Just looking at him, and he's like, he owns dispensaries. Like,
well, no, I mean, when his hair isn't in rock star wig mode, it's in that helmet hair mode, where it looks like a raccoon.
Like a weird fro.
Yes. Yeah. So it would probably look like that. I hardly remember it. I mainly remember Ace and Peter's scene, because they were kind of like two doofus cop, like security guard cop people. But outside of that, and I feel like Paul was like part of the photographers that were there at the Kiss show or something like that.
Yeah. The thing about like Law and Order is like it has so many jumping off points.
Yeah.
Like you have Law and Order, then you have Law and Order SVU, then you have Criminal Intent. And CSI decided to follow that path.
CSI Miami.
Yeah. Los Angeles.
Yeah.
New York. Like it was stupid shit. And like it was so weird because like Law and Order, it was different parts of like Law and Order was just cops.
Yeah.
Okay. Just regular cops solving murders, solving robberies, or just murders mainly. But like SVU was special victims.
Right.
Criminal Intent was like criminal conspiracies. Like Vincent D'Onofrio's in that. The guy that plays Wilson Fisk, he's in that. And had like a short-lived moment. And then what's weird is like they would have these crossover episodes where they're all kind of like similarly going back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
The old Law and Order with Jerry Orbach, who's the dad from Dirty Dancing, was the best. You had Sam Waterston. Well, he was the district attorney. Those were the best fucking episodes of Law and Order because they were filmed in the 90s. And like it would do this thing. It would be this fade to black, simple transition where it would be like them having an actual discussion about the morality of the law.
Right.
Of like, hey, this woman killed her husband. She's plainly guilty, but he whooped her ass for like 20 fucking years. So like he deserved every fucking bullet to the brain. You know what I'm saying? And like they would have this discussion like before court and like, or like at night trying to get through the case. And it would be this generalization of just like, no, there is a moral ambiguity to the law.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, CSI is like, zoom in.
Zoom and enhance.
Enhance. It's like, motherfucker, it's a JPEG. All right, it ain't fucking...
You didn't have zoom and enhance until like 2 years ago when Topaz released their photo upscaling AI technology.
Yeah.
Which like, that's just actually really badass.
But like what I love is like they're doing keystrokes and zooming in. It's like, no, click.
Yeah, it's like, no. That's not how this works.
You don't need to type a bunch of commands in, you stupid fuck.
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that one music video, that chick like texting somebody, but
she's using Excel?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the girl from Destiny's Child.
Oh, right. That's right.
She gets killed in Freddy vs. Jason. He like punts her into a tree.
That's a movie I still haven't seen, Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, there is a J character in that.
I know. So I actually know the story behind that. They were wanting to get him, but at that time, that's when, if I remember the story correctly, Kevin Smith fans can come yell at me if I got this wrong. They were wanting to get him, but word on the street was that he was so unreliable that they were just like, yeah, we're just going to make an assimilate.
Yeah, they did a great job. They did this really cool scene where he gets so high that he's in the dream world, and Freddy shows up as a giant caterpillar.
Did it look like the big caterpillar sandworm thing that Tim Burton likes putting in his claymation films?
No, this was like a CGI caterpillar that smokes weed.
Oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland style.
Yeah.
Got it.
And Robert Englund just hams it up for the screen.
Hell yeah.
They did the whole like bring Freddy into this world type situation.
Yeah.
And they do. Then it's really Freddy versus Jason. Because Jason's like right there and Freddy's like, what the fuck? And he fights him. He tries to go fucking physically toe to toe with him. And it's the most hilarious goddamn thing. Because like Jason's got his arm out like this.
Yeah.
Freddy. And this dude is like, Robert Englund is like kicking him in the fucking stomach and like slashing at his arm, which ain't doing shit. And it's just like, you're worse than these dope smoking teenagers, motherfucker. You suck. And like there was supposed to be like a special ending. Have you heard about the special ending of this movie?
No.
All right, so Jason kills Freddy,
Yeah.
and the girl kills Jason at the Camp Crystal Lake.
Okay.
All right, so the end is Jason comes out of the water with the head of Freddy, and Freddy's head winks. So that's the original ending. The concept.
So they both die, but they don't both die.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they both come back. But that's the end of the movie. The credits roll. Blah blah blah.
Got it.
The concept ending was they both die, and they're basically in a pseudo hell, and a doorway opens, and it's Pinhead from Hellraiser that shows up, and that was going to be the end of the movie, which wouldn't have made really much sense.
No,
because like it's a Cenobite, and he'd fuck their skulls fast. Like he would fuck them up hard. Like I love Jason. I'm a Friday Friday the 13th fan, 100%.
Oh yeah.
But Hellraiser, god damn.
See, that would have been such a weird ending. I wouldn't have liked that.
And you know what's crazy?
Even though I haven't even seen the movie, just the concept of knowing what the movie is, and with that being the ending, no.
We'll add it to the list of movie nights.
Yes.
But another, like this reminds me of Hellraiser for a second. Hellraiser is the only movie that was redone recently through Hulu that was just as good as the original.
Really? No shit.
The new Hellraiser on Hulu, I think, was just as good as the original. It was fun. Pinhead is a woman in this one. It's fine because in the original book, Pinhead is a genderless fucking being.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. But no, I really enjoyed the Hellraiser remake. Or the what do you call it? Not remake. Reboot. It's fantastic. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot with the other guy because it's super fucking violent.
Oh, the one that came out like 10-ish years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that the new Texas Chainsaw that came out on Hulu Netflix was not good.
Oh, no, it was not. And so they try to pull a Halloween where they pick up where the first movie left off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they tried to do.
Oh.
It didn't work.
Boo.
Yeah,
Boo.
It didn't work. He ends up just slaughtering a bunch of teenagers, which is fine. But like,
so they were just like, since Texas Chainsaw 2 was a comedy, let's try to make an actual sequel, and it was not good.
yeah, so they
Got
try to pick up where the first movie left off, where the woman who survived has been preparing for Leatherface to show back up.
So yeah, exactly what you said. They're biting off Halloween, and even those two movies were kind of
Which ones?
The two new Halloweens.
Kills and Ends?
Yeah.
Yeah, Halloween Ends is fucking dumb.
Had fun with them, but it still wasn't like...
Kills was okay,
Yeah.
but Ends was dumb. Hell, I like the Rob Zombie remake one, the first one he did.
Really?
I like that one. Where you see Michael Myers as a child.
Yeah.
God of Thunder's playing, and he's just fucking beating the dog shit out of that bully.
I don't know. I have not been a fan of Rob Zombie's films.
I like that one. I like House of Thousand Corpses. I like Devil's Rejects. 3 from Hell was okay. I wouldn't recommend it. One watch was enough.
Maybe I just need to rewatch his Halloweens, but I don't know. Just
The first one he does is good. The next one he did was not good. With Cheryl Moon.
Yeah. I think just his style, I wasn't ever a fan of.
Yeah.
Because he does have a very specific style.
The remake of Friday the 13th wasn't bad. It was basically like watching 1, 2, and 3 all over again. That's coming back out. They're remaking Friday the 13th.
Really?
With Pamela Voorhees.
Oh, that's right.
The chick from Scooby-Doo is going to be Pamela Voorhees.
Which makes me upset because I'm just like, no, don't make me attracted to Pamela Voorhees, damn it.
It's like the Aunt May situation or something.
Yes. It's like, no, don't make Marissa Tomei Aunt May. I don't want to get a boner thinking about Aunt May. Fuck.
Hey, I think Tony's going to fuck Pete's mom. That's his aunt. Oh, well, still, he's going to fuck her.
Yeah. Didn't Robert Downey and Marissa Tomei actually have like a past relationship or something?
Probably, but I think her and Alfred Molina did too. So
well, they shared stage time.
Yeah, he did that with all of those women.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was funny.
Oh yeah, one of the other games I am going to be trying to keep a lookout for is I've tried playing it some and I'm horrible at it, but looking at it online it doesn't seem like it's like an unreasonable price. Want to try to find all the Beavis and Butthead games Because there was one for the Super Nintendo and there was one for the Game Boy. So I'll probably try to keep my eyes on it, because that might be kind of where I start with that, is like the weird 90s counterculture games. Because there was a bunch of Simpsons games. There was a Ren and Stimpy game, you know, stuff like that. So maybe like the weird off the wall 90s culture, quote unquote, games might be where I start with that.
I had a Wayne's World game that was pretty fun.
Yeah, see, like the Wayne's World game, something like that too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and actually we did get confirmation that there is going to be a sequel to that Mortal Kombat movie we saw over lockdown.
Yeah, I heard they're not going to bring what's his name back, the new guy.
No.
But they are going to bring in Johnny Cage, which I think would be hilarious.
I'm just looking forward to it, because like that to me was a perfect example of a good turn your brain off movie.
But it's a good video game movie. Like I thought.
Yeah.
It was. If they had just added the guy in the games, that's all they had to do was add that motherfucker into the video game, and everybody would have just shut the fuck up.
Yep.
But if they had Johnny Cage, we could probably get to see Shao Kahn,
Yes.
which would be cool. Another thing about that fucking movie, Liu Kang looked fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Liu Kang looked metal as shit. And they had Cabal and all these other characters that were so cool. And I'm kind of curious if they're going to go with this, like the Mortal Kombat 2 lineup
Right?
of this, like Shiva, Montaro, which Montaro would be kind of dumb. Because they did Montaro in the fucking Mortal Kombat 2 movie back a long time ago.
Right, right.
And he looked weird as fuck.
Well, see, I'm still curious on how the characters are going to look in the new Street Fighter movie.
Oh man, that'd be...
Because that's still coming out too.
Have you ever seen the original Street Fighter movie?
No.
Oof.
Well, see, I'm about to lose my Nintendo card by saying this. I still have not seen the original live-action Mario movie.
You're not missing much. Dennis Hopper just loses his goddamn mind like he does in that movie.
I feel like I've seen enough clips of the movie to the point where it's like I have seen it, but like technically no, I have not put the movie on and watched it front to back yet.
If I remember correctly, it's not Princess Peach in the movie, it's Daisy.
And then you got King Koopa that is
Dennis
just
Hopper.
a human.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. Yoshi looks like a velociraptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that.
I mean, like I said, I've seen so many clips from that movie that it feels like I should know it front to back, but yeah, I just have not actually dedicated to watching it yet.
What's his name? Bob Hoskins?
Yeah.
Mario. He does.
John Leguizamo as Luigi.
Hey, John, piece of shit. I mean,
I'm so mad they didn't call me in to be Luigi for the cartoon.
Because Luigi isn't a Puerto Rican. Getting miffed about that, you piece of shit. Like,
Charlie Day did fantastic as Luigi,
oh yeah,
which I think we're getting the sequel to that next year.
that'd be cool.
And we got further confirmation that the live-action Zelda is in production. We got that confirmation from Nintendo. And that's when Chris gets very quiet.
Illumination did so well making the fucking Mario movie.
Yeah, now they want to sit here and fuck with the formula.
I'm not asking for Peter fucking Jackson, all right? I'm saying. Okay.
Imagine a Peter Jackson directed movie, though, or
It'd be the
Legend
shit.
of Zelda.
It'd be the shit. I would love another Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like another Pokemon movie. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Another Detective Pikachu?
It could be that, or it could just be a variant of something else. You know, just
Well, we talked about it before. It'd be awesome to see the Pokemon War. That was Lieutenant Surge.
yeah.
That would be awesome to see.
Ash Ketchum. I knew your daddy. Him and Oak were good friends of mine.
Well, yeah, it's like, give us the prequel movie.
Yeah.
Give us the movie of Oak and Bill hanging out and being like, yo, I bet you there's like fucking more than 50 of these bitches. And Oak's like, yeah, I bet there's like over 100 of them.
Yeah.
And there's like, and then like all of a sudden, like, what's his name from the second generation pops his head out the corner. He's just like, oh, you don't even know. These fuckers lay eggs.
Yeah.
And just kind of seeing the early stages of that, you know, learning about Pokemon.
Yeah, but I love to see this. It'd be like a fan thing for me, but it'd just be like Surge.
Yeah.
Before he's Lieutenant Surge was like Sergeant Surge, and him and Bill and Oak were all in a fucking platoon together with
Yes.
fucking Ash's dad. Blaine was there.
Giovanni
was working for like the CIA version because he's evil as fuck.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he was just evil as shit. And it's like Surge is like at a campfire with Ash with his little Charmander and Pikachu. And he's telling him he's got Electabuzz bringing fucking like sticks or some shit. And just like a haze of smoke waves over. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be your daddy. Your daddy was a fucking monster.
I need to pull it up because I need to get your opinion on this. On the last Fistful of Quarters stream, one of the viewers, Hardy's, was asking me/chat what the Pokemon roster of the King of the Hill crew would be. And we came out with a really good set.
Let me think.
Yeah, so you come up with a few while I pull up what we wound up coming up with. Because we did one for Hank, Bill, Dale, and Boomhauer, but then we also did Luann and Bobby as well.
I would give a Sandshrew to Dale so he could use Pocket Sand. Luann has like an Arcanine. And she
Okay.
just thinks it's a regular dog. that does shoot flames. Boomhauer, a Jinx maybe. It's a woman.
I do find it funny that you are getting some of them correct that we landed on.
Dale, if I had to choose another one, would probably be a Ditto.
Right.
So it could be like conspiracy oriented. So he could just turn into whatever. So he could turn into Rusty Shackleford. Hank, though. Hank would have to have a reliable Pokemon. He isn't a piece of shit.
Okay.
What would Hank have?
So I got my list now. I was able to find it.
Or like a Charmander, clean burning flame.
Okay.
What was the list? You had what?
All right. So with Hank, we had Charizard because he's the strongest and most powerful. We have a Machamp. Big, bulky, tough man.
Oh, you're talking about roster for like a whole.
Your whole set.
See, I was thinking one-offs.
Oh yeah, no, your whole roster that you're going into battle with.
6-man roster.
Yes.
Yeah, he's having Machoke, Charizard. So
Charizard, Machamp,
Machamp.
Scyther because he's got to help with the lawn.
yes.
Pikachu because I feel like he would appreciate Pikachu, the all-American classic, quote unquote, in this thing. So just the classic Pikachu. He'd also have a Tauros. That feels fitting. Cowboy Hank. And Geodude. Why the fuck not?
Okay.
For Bill, we have Snorlax,
Laziness.
Cubone, Sadness, Hypno, Growlithe. Bill's got to have a dog.
Okay.
Well, because he had the episode where he was real good with the army guy's dog. That wound up being the pilot.
Yeah.
And then Dragonite. Because I don't know, something about Dragonite's character.
It's lazy as fuck.
He just feels like Bill. He just feels like what Bill would be.
Bill's
if he was a
Pokemon are obese and sad.
Yeah. And then he'd also have a Caterpie. That's his little buddy that just hangs out on his shoulder. And then...
Dale, all right, so for Dale would have a Voltorb or Electrode
okay.
as a bomb.
Right. Okay.
He would have a Ditto probably.
All right.
He'd have a Weezing, Sandshrew, and maybe a Mr. Mime.
Okay. All right. So we had for Dale an Alakazam, Dotuo or Dotrio, either or.
Okay.
Muck, Sandslash,
Oh, okay.
Primeape, and a Magikarp that never evolves. He throws them out every time, but the motherfucker still never gains any XP points, and he never evolves into a Gyarados. And then Boomhauer. We had Lickitung, Jinx, Persian, Arbok, Cloyster, and Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl was a chat choice because I couldn't think of the last one for him. Now, Bobby.
Bobby would have a Butterfree. You'd have Butterfree and Mr. Mime.
So Bobby had Jigglypuff,
Of course.
Squirtle, Butterfree, Ditto, Mr. Mime, and Psyduck. And last but not least, Luann. She had Vulpix, Clefairy, Eevee, Bulbasaur, Ponyta, and Slowbro.
A Slowbro.
Slowbro fits with her personality. Slowbro.
Oh my god, he's just so cute and just lovable.
I could just,
Slowbro.
for a callback episode, I could see like
con having like an Ekans and like letting it loose in front of the way in, and it like starts going toward her. She's like, "It knows I'm a Christian."
Yeah.
It knows I'm a Christian. I'm like, yeah, bitch, it does. Buck Strickland would have a meowth that talked.
Yeah, that's right.
Who did drugs with him and drank with him and smoked that smoke. Drink that drink. Get all fucked up.
Well, we finally got out of the Taco Bell. This has been a fun experience. We're gonna see how well this plays through in the edit and see what you guys think of an episode like this. And who knows, maybe we'll do some more. Maybe we'll do some more Couch Brotatos on tour episodes. And maybe some of the other ones will even have Chris with his own little special guests where they ride around and tell some car stories. Because Chris has got his own mic set up, and this is essentially Chris's setup that we're using today.
Yep.
So yeah, gonna be a fun little experiment here to see what happens.
Oh yeah.
But
if, you want to see what I said in traffic, subscribe to Patreon.
yeah, that's Patreon exclusive episodes right there, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot of hard F's.
But for this episode of the Couch Brotatos, I've been Alex, and Chris, do you have any sort of final car thoughts for us?
Fire your taxes, folks. It's theft, but you got to do it. Do it, goddammit.
We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Something Good Network. If you liked what you heard, you can follow us on Instagram and check out the other great shows on the network. Link is in the episode description.